Our asking is, as Sarabjit Singh battles for life in a Lahore hospital after being attacked by his jail inmates very brutally, has Sarabjit Singh become a test case for Indo-Pak relations? To discuss the same, we've been joined by Vivek Karju, former Secretary West in the Ministry of External Affairs, and Kamar Raga, senior journalist. I welcome you both to Newsnight. Let me begin with you, Mr. Karju. 72 hours after Sarabjit was attacked, the Indian government today made an appeal to Pakistan government saying that he should be released on humanitarian grounds. They should take a sympathetic view looking at the circumstances in Pakistan surrounding Sarabjit. How do you look at the way government has tackled the situation over the last 72 hours or so?
Well, I think it's the statement that was issued today was correct in as much as it stressed that it is the responsibility of Pakistan to ensure that Indian nationals in their custody are looked after, and that there is some concern that about Sarabjit's security once Ajmal Kasab had been hanged. And the question is, did we take up this issue at a sufficiently senior level, both in Delhi and in Islamabad, to urge the Pakistanis to ensure that Sarabjit gets adequate security.
That's right.
I think now to appeal on humanitarian grounds is correct, but the Pakistanis have difficulties in as much as that they are going through an election process, and they will have to give him mercy before they allow him to leave Pakistan, whatever be his condition, because there are legal issues involved. After all, he is a convicted prisoner.
Interesting point there. But he is referring, Mr. Ragha, that since it is an election phase and there are electoral compulsions on the civilian government in Pakistan, and military perhaps would have its own imponderables, the question is that even given in these circumstances, how is the Pakistan government handling the situation? India had sought regular consular access to Sarabjit. We have been given access for just 2 days in a week's time. Until yesterday, the family members were only allowed to watch him from outside the ICU and were not allowed to meet him. That happened.
The family and the Indian High Commissioner was also allowed to see
belatedly.
him belatedly, you know. But the problem is, you know, I think it is high time they should hand over him to India, because his case is slightly different from others, you know. Mercy petition was there. The human rights organization within Pakistan, you know, were, you know, calling for his release on number.
An opportune moment, but the jury is really out on that. Mr. Karju, Dalbir Kaur, who is the sister of Sarabjit Singh, she has said before media personnel that this was a premeditated, deliberate attack carried out in collusion with jail officials, and there were already threats that he was receiving after Afzal Guru's execution. Now, the larger question that comes to mind is that has this happened with the complicity and nod of either the civilian government or the military or both, either directly or indirectly?
Look, the fact is that it was a premeditated attack. I think there are reports to this effect, that the Pakistani authorities themselves have said that those who carried out the attack. No,
to get to the
I'm coming to this. We've got to urge them to ensure that it brings out results transparently. And in that, as part of the inquiry, we must ask them to address these issues, which correctly are raising misgivings in our minds, in the minds of many people here, whether there was official complicity or whether jihadi groups were behind all these attacks. The Pakistanis are obliged to answer these questions. And
of money in order to ensure the safety and security of Pakistani prisoners in India. One example is Kasab. Why has the Pakistan administration not reciprocated? This is happening for the second time after Chamail Singh died in mysterious circumstances in the same jail, in the same hospital where Sarabjit Singh is. Now this is a second case, which is a high-profile one.
Yeah, Pakistan, you know, basically it's a failed state, you know. They don't respect all these treaties or international protocols, you know. Not in this case also. There are hundreds of such cases, you know, we have seen, you know. This man, you know, we all know how the militant organizations are operating there and demanding his is hanging, not only this, then the so-called political organization. He has also sent a letter through his lawyer to India, his sister about it.
Even Congress President Sonia Gandhi.
Sonia Gandhi was informed, Foreign Ministry was informed, she informed everybody, but yet, the Pakistani authorities didn't bother to take any action.
Now, this raises suspicion about the intention of the authorities in Pakistan. This could, one possibility is that this could be the handiwork of the jail officials as well as the inmates with some collusion by lower level military or police official, and the other is that this could have the backing of the powers that be there.
Look, our suspicions are right, and the Pakistanis must address them. But there's one point which is also a fact, that they acted very quickly in instituting the inquiry.
There was a lot of considerable international pressure on them.
They immediately did that. That doesn't absolve them from the blame which must visit them for not taking care of Sarabjit's security. But they've also suspended officials. They've charged the persons who attacked them.
With attempt to murder.
With attempt to murder. Now, all this really underlines that they've made a good beginning. The question is whether they will continue with this beginning, whether they will slip back into the old mode of trying to deny official complicity if there was any. So that is what we've got to see. It's a test case for Pakistan.
It's a test case for Pakistan, but how much can Pakistan be trusted in an atmosphere of mutual distrust between the two countries, which has been there since 26/11 at least? Should India approach an international forum?
No, I don't think. We have a bilateral arrangement with Pakistan. It can be taken up. The Human Rights Organization can take up. Human Rights Council or something. But not. I don't think. We have a very well. And we try to sort out all our dispute through bilateral.
So you're saying bilateral means should be used in order to resolve this tension. But
we always use bilateral.
We emphasize on bilateralism.
Yes, but after 26/11, we saw India taking up a different strategy where India on a diplomatic level, on international fora, took up the issue of terrorism and tried to build pressure on Pakistan.
That is different. Global level, we are against the terrorism. Yeah.
So you're saying perhaps the parallels cannot be drawn?
No, I think we can sensitize everyone that, look, Pakistan failed in protecting Sarabjit.
But then how do you see this impacting Indo-Pak ties? This particular incident? I'm completely out of time.
Well, I think unless the Pakistanis act as they should, it will cause further resentments, and it will be a negative factor.
Well, there is great trepidation in India, at least, about the fate of Sarabjit Singh. He continues to battle for life in a Lahore hospital. The question is, what measures are now being taken by Pakistan in order to ensure a speedy recovery, because his condition continues to be critical.
Should all
on
pray
that
for
note,
we should pray.
Absolutely. On that note, I'll thank you, Vivek Karju and Kamar Aga, for joining us on News Night. We'll simply do a break now. We'll be back with much more. Stay tuned. Staying with us, you're watching News Night. Here is what is making news across the world.
Syrian Prime Minister Walhal Halki.
Right to us, our Twitter handle is at DD News Night. That's all that we have for you in today's show. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, take care. Goodbye.